Today is 11/14, November the 14th, and our title is Chiseled. Excuse me, not chiseled. Trying to skip a day. Today is Peeling Shadow Q. Okay? Peeling Shadow Q. Be ready for the other tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a box like we did yesterday. Okay, just a small box. No big deal. Whoops, let me get it in line here so you can see it. Okay. Easy little box there. Okay, don't forget to put the date. It's the 14th. Okay, so I'm going to round the corners of this box. And I can be a little sketchy at this point till I get my outline done. I've pretty much just rounded the corners in the entire box to make my circle. Next, I'm going to make my circle on the inside as well. I want to try to keep that as even as possible on my O, so I don't want, like, I wouldn't want one really skinny side and one really fat side. I want to try to keep them even. Okay? So now I'm going to come in at an angle, and I'm going to make this little rectangle, basically, that's going to go down to the bottom of this box. Okay? Follow your angle. So if this angle is this way, so should this. Okay, now at this point, I can go back and I can erase anything that I don't need. Which basically means most of what I just did, including the box on the outside. I want to keep the Q there, obviously. The rest of it, let's get rid of. Okay, now, this is not perfect yet. I'm going to go back and I'm going to darken this and I'm going to outline it better. Because what I did before was just a sketch. Okay, now I'm actually fixing it up. So once I get the darker parts in, I can really get in there with my eraser and get out what I don't need. Okay, so I've got that. Go ahead and get the outside as well. And since I have a guideline, I just have to follow what I already have. Again, with the eraser, get out what you don't need. Looks like I have a lot of leftover marks today on the inside of there. I'm going to definitely get those out of there and clean that up. And if that means I have to erase part of this a few times, that's just how it goes. That's how it is. Okay. Alright, so now we've got the Q right where we want it. It's bold, it's clean. Let's go ahead and add our chiseling part. Not chiseling, excuse me. I'm stuck on chiseling today, I don't know why. The shadow. So you're going to come off of this curve, and basically you're going to follow the edge of this Q. You're going to come around, and I need to not make that quite so narrow. There we go. To here. And it's just going to mirror the bottom of this Q. So it's going to come down, over, up. Once you fill this in, okay, solidly, you're going to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, it's just like a copy of your Q, basically. It's an exact shadow. Turn my book a little bit so I can get the rest of this shading. Okay. Bring it down and over. Okay. So there's that part. Okay, so you can see how basically this looks like it's underneath of this. It's just copying what you already have there. Now we're going to add in a couple more parts to this chiseled Q, which means we're chiseled, I said it again, to your peeling shadow Q, and we're going to curve it right here just a little bit. We're going to put a tiny little shadow right in there. just a little bit. Okay? And then continue this line, pretend this keeps going across, curve it up and into the rest of your cue, the side of it. Okay? Just like that. And there you have it. There is your peeling shadow cue. So I'd like you to draw one of these today. Please make sure that you watch your proportion, okay, that your sides are, try to line up your thickness as closely as you can, all the way around. Make sure you erase any lines or marks that you don't need, and you also need a solid shading along the left side and bottom of the cue. On the inside, just a little bit on the left, and then as you move to the right, you're going to run that up right into the edge of your cue.